Hello, everyone. This is known as the country of billions of people of Asia, one of the three world superpowers, and also the country with the largest area in the world. Can be said, with geostrategic position and growing economic power, China has become one of the most important and influential countries in the world. Not only has achieved achievements in economic development, this country also possesses a long history with a rich culture. With thousands of years of history, this country always contains interesting facts that you may not know. Today, let's explore what's interesting about China with Facts You Need to Know channel. Don't skip video, because there will be facts you didn't expect about this country. Virgin white tea. Legend has it that virgin white tea is a special type of tea picked by virgin girls where loose tops and pants are tied at the leg. In early spring, when the tea plant has fresh leaves, the virgins gently pick the freshest leaves by their mouths and then put in their clothes or clamp it in sensitive areas, such as breasts or armpits, and take it out the next day. It's thought that tea leaves, after being soaked in saliva and marinated by heat and sweat from the virgins' bodies, will have a particularly delicious and pure taste. It takes tea drinkers to the most sublime emotions of luxury play, only for the upper class. Not only strict in processing, the preparation of white virgin tea is also very sophisticated. Tea water must be perennially stored melted snow water. Before each tea picking, virgins had to bathe with water flowing down from the ravine. Therefore, the price of this tea is very expensive. The one-child policy controversial. China has maintained its position as the world's most populous country for many years. Currently, the country's population is about 1.41 billion, second only to India. After the Chinese Civil War ended in 1949, inheriting brilliant scientific and technological achievements, along with policies of economic recovery and development after the war, have helped China gradually stabilize and develop. And with the application of medical advances, this country's population continuously increased until the early 1970s. Most women in China have at least 5 children. However, at that time, China was still in the process of reforming the country, so the rapid population growth would cause many difficulties for the country's development. Therefore, in 1979, the mainland Chinese government has adopted the one-child policy to control the population. This policy stipulates that each urban couple only allowed to have one child, except for rural couples. Violations will face penalties ranging from fines to lost job. In a statement, the Chinese government said that 400 million births had been prevented. Without this policy, the number of babies born from 1979 to the present could reach more than 400 million births, and most likely the population has reached 2 billion people. But after 37 years of implementation, the policy was finally abolished in 2016 due to concerns about population aging. Besides the positive side of reducing population growth rate, the policy that China has adopted for decades has caused many consequences, causing serious imbalance in this country's population. The first consequence is that the abortion rate increases. Many mothers have even died. So many people condemn the policy as inhumane. Second is to increase the disparity between men and women. Many families believe that boys will often be the breadwinner of the family and the heir to the family line. As a result, millions of female fetuses were deprived of the right to be born. During this period, it's estimated from 1980 to 2020, the proportion of men outnumbered women by about 30 to 40 million. That's also the reason nowadays, adult men in China, if they don't have a lot of money, there will be very difficult to find a wife. There are cases of girls being born, but they're often hidden by their families, not allowed to have a birth certificate and enjoy civil rights. Therefore, on legal documents, these families are still considered as having no children, and they will have the right to continue having sons. In China, up to 13 million children fall into this situation. They aren't recognized by society don't have a birth certificate, and not included in the household registration book. The world's #1 counterfeit culture. Come to China. You can easily find all products that are carefully and meticulously copied, no different from the originals of world-famous brands, such as Apple, Chanel, Gucci, with very cheap prices. These items range from high-end to inexpensive. Even world-famous structures, such as the Eiffel Tower in France, the ancient village of Hallstatt in Austria, were also copied and built here. The counterfeit industry alone accounted for $600 billion worth of trade in these items globally in 2021, with up to 80% of counterfeit goods originating from China. Huge profits and lax laws make many Chinese companies rush into this lucrative pie, and they have collected $480 billion in 2021. In addition, from 2005 to 2014, the number of copyright infringement complaints in China reached 133,000, while the number of counterfeit also increased to 11,000. In general, the problem of counterfeit goods has become normal story in this country. Manufacturers can make counterfeit products as long as they are profitable. Many people here also tend to prefer fake products over real products due to the increasing materialistic lifestyle. China's economic boom has created a young generation loves branded goods, a society that judges people based on what they possess. Many consumers cannot buy branded products. They have to look for fake products so that they can be proud of their friends. Virgin boy eggs. China has many strange specialties, including boiled eggs in the urine of young boys, because it has been popular since ancient times and in many historical records. Virgin boy eggs has been officially recognized as an intangible cultural heritage of Dongyang. Virgin boy eggs is considered a typical cultural feature of Chinese and is sold on the streets in Dongyang City. In 2014, traditional Chinese chefs plan to introduce this dish to the world during Easter. With a certain confidence, chefs from Zhejiang province said that these eggs have exceptionally high standards. Although processing by methods make scare for many foreigners, but their taste and effects are amazing. Visitors come to Dongyang City often can't ignore this boiled egg in the urine of young boys. This specialty has appeared for thousands of years, with the taste and effect can cure many diseases. Declare internet addiction a clinical disorder. In 2008, China became the first country in the world to declare internet addiction a clinical disorder, and patients needed treatment. The decision marked a turning point in the awareness of the impact of the internet on the psychological and mental health of people in the country. In recent years, the Chinese government has also introduced many measures to prevent internet addiction. Model of Internet Addiction Treatment Center announced in China. This is one of the solutions received by many people. Specifically, thousands of internet-addicted teenagers were sent to this rehab camp where they were forced to take medicine, military training, and even receive electric shocks. They woke up from a dream and realized they were in a strange dormitory. The room had nothing but 4 iron beds. The only window is covered. On the wall, there is a board detailing the daily schedule. Then they found a diary on the table, which said that their parents sent them here. Their parents said they needed to see a psychiatrist and promised take them home after counseling. But in fact, they were locked here indefinitely. As of 2009, there were more than 300 centers operating throughout China. This model works like military barracks. Trainees will be trained in strict discipline, including waking up early at 5 a.m., participating in physical activities, and psychological counseling by instructors. Each course will last from 4 to 8 months. However, the physical abuse at Internet Addiction Treatment Center make worries the Chinese public because there are many unfortunate cases that have happened here. Obsession, virginity. Chinese men often require a woman's chastity, while themselves don't need to preserve it. This is a fact that demonstrates gender inequality and injustice for women in society. Boys criticize girls who have sex before marriage as having low dignity, and speculate that girls easily have sex before marriage can easily betray them. The issue of virginity is still a pressing issue in the relationship between the sexes today. Although the concept of sexuality has been somewhat liberated in the past few decades, but the old concept of virginity with brides has not changed much in society. Not only does the boy demand his wife's virginity, but the boy's family also attaches importance to the virginity of girls. A young girl marries a boy, and her parents-in-law want to know all about her past. When they found out that the girl was no longer virgin before marrying their child, they were very angry, and after many arguments, the couple had to divorce. Longevity noodles. In China, there is a strange noodle dish. Everyone must use it on their birthday, especially when eating, not allowed to break the noodles. Chinese food is not just something to put in your mouth and enjoy. In the famous specialties of this country, all contain cultural values and long-standing traditions. A typical is the famous longevity noodle dish, which is often used by people here on every birthday. Longevity is one of the most cherished things in Chinese culture. Since ancient times, people in this country have believed that long-lasting noodles are considered a symbol of health and longevity. So every time someone celebrates the new age, they often cook this noodle to eat, instead birthday cake. It's known that The tradition of eating longevity noodles on birthdays became very popular from the Tang dynasty. They are made of a special powder. After lamination, will be cut into small strands, cross each other, and dried in the sun for a few hours. These long and delicious noodles have a history of development over 300 years. Through the skillful and meticulous processing hand, it has become a famous dish in this country. If you come here, try it. It won't disappoint you. This is also the end of story of interesting facts about China, the country of billions of people of Asia. What else do you know about China? Share with us. Thank you for watching. If you find it interesting, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Now, goodbye and see you in the next sections.